We have heard those voices before.
Have we?
Yes. Although, strangely, the game doesn't really go into it at all when you figure out more of what all these spheres mean. Yeah, it's another one of those 10 spheres that we need to open that door in that canyon in the Mushroom
Only
Rock
naughty
Road.
girls would scrounge through other people's bedrooms.
What about you? You're the ones who broke into our airship.
Oh my god.
The boss's orders are permission enough.
It's pseudo-creepy villain archetype.
They're almost like C-3PO and R2-D2, at least in general dimension, shall we say.
I don't know. This man sounds like he's like video games name. Always sounds weird in other games. That's his new name.
Logos, you mean? The tall guy?
Don't you just love surprises?
Yes. His name.
Here goes.
And now Logos is using status effects, which always makes somebody more annoying.
Feel like taking a spin.
Although, we get a couple things to help deal with negative status effects, and many negative status effects at once, later in this session.
Those are always the most useful things.
Feeling like
Yes.
punk?
Russian roulette. That should mean a 1 in 6 chance that he kills himself.
Feeling lucky. No, go away.
Hand it over.
Ormy has one attack with a very silly name. I don't think he's used it yet, but I was reminded of it when I was editing. I'm like, wow, they really did that. I guess the roulette is which negative status effect it inflicts on you, because Yuna got poisoned and Riku got cursed.
I guess that makes sense.
And I'm apparently not paying attention to what I'm doing. Because you can only steal gil once from any given enemy.
Don't you just
You can also only steal gil once.
I don't love surprises there. Please stop. I don't know.
Surprises.
Maybe annoying for some reason.
What's annoying you?
The Snape guy. He's just really annoying. Boy.
Oh yeah, my audio.
Boy.
My game audio is muted, so I don't hear him.
Hooray for us. We're poisoned. Hooray, poison!
That can be fixed easily enough.
Yeah, no, he's like really lucky. It's like everything wrong.
Okay, now they sound the alarm. Or, yeah. So, in Kingdom of Loathing, there's an item called I think it's called the Soft Green Echo Eye Drop Antidote. You get it, you can find them when you're on the penultimate fantasy airship. Yep. Where you have to find the 4 Immateria and give them to El Cid.
Sounds like it's a reference to something.
Really? I wonder what. I think this is the last one of these battles I show because there's maybe some enemy that I hadn't faced before. Or maybe I was just editing in haste, because this was a really long video.
Or maybe it's a combination of all of those things. We will never know. It's a mystery. We just don't know.
No, I was looking at the words trigger happy, and just for a split second I thought trigger hippie. What would that be?
No. Tumblr people with their triggers. See, my tag this shit. It makes me slightly uncomfortable.
What would that be?
Trigger hippies, aka Tumblr people, who are like, oh my goodness, you need to tag that thing because it makes me slightly uncomfortable and I'm gonna have a panic attack. It's like, no, you're fine. There's been a lot of really dumb stuff happening on Tumblr over the past couple days because, long story short, B is spamming popular tags with really unsavory images that are very graphic.
Who is doing that?
B is posting these things on Tumblr after being provoked by people on Tumblr. So,
I don't know who B is.
it's one of the forums on YouTube. Thing. Basically, there's the inner source of all evil comes from B.
By the way, spikes, lots of them. Anyway, for some reason, if you get chased by them, then somehow you fall up into this chamber.
Magic.
Yes, and I get attacked in midair. Oh wait, I didn't edit this one. Oops.
Aerial combat. Suddenly we're on the ground again.
Yeah, you know what? I think Final Fantasy X-2 was the first game to have inconsistent environments on the field and in battle. Oh wait, it wasn't.
Always have a plan B.
Every video game has that, though. It's really hilarious.
Then there's Earthbound that doesn't even try to make the battle background look anything like what...
You know, doesn't everything in Earthbound or anything in the background?
It's like super trippy stuff. And I think there's only one battle where the background... No, there are a few boss battles where the background has something to do with what you're fighting. Oh, then there's...
They did it a little bit.
What?
They casted it a little bit, but it's still separate from, hey look, here's a random shield that suddenly jumps through this battle. No obstacle thing, flames. Weirdest thing. RPG things don't like me, guys.
And then there's the final battle in Earthbound where the boss is the background. So, yes, what I did there was I pressed these 3 security override switches in the order 2, I think it was 2, 3, 1. Don't know if that's reference to Ocarina of Time or what. But, okay, there is actually a new enemy here. It's sort of like the rest of the, self-moving Gatling gun thingies.
Always have a plan B.
Yeah, so you press the switches in that order, 2 and then 3, then get chased by the spikes and fall up into that chamber, and then press 1. And now the spikes will no longer come at us.
That's always good.
Yes, especially when they're blocking your way.
Yeah.
Some YouTube videos now, like some recent ones, instead of only loading like 50 seconds past where you are, they'll load like 7 or 8 minutes past where you are. I wish this video were doing that. It would make me feel more comfortable, but it's not.
It's loaded about 5 minutes ahead for me.
Well, I wish it would do it for me.
Yeah.
Alright, oh yeah, I don't know if that was there before, but you see that there are a couple of crowns there on the abilities. Crown means that the character has mastered that Dressphere and cannot learn any other abilities.
did.
Yes, no trap. There's no trap that once you press the security overrides, you can get there, and no more traps will come out. Instead, you can get to another room where you can snoop around people's stuff. Although the LeBlanc guys did kind of ask for it by stealing something of yours, of ours, of whatever person I'm speaking in. Treasure chest, but it's cutscene, so I cannot open it. Why do you do that, game? Why do you torture me with the treasure chest?
Wondering why they'd bother stealing half a broken sphere.
Of course, they already had the other half.
Or like a save point or something like that.
I went through a lot of trouble gathering those pieces, all for noogie woogie. So don't you lay a finger on it.
You could have just
Let's get it,
asked.
boys.
Yes, boss.
Seriously, I mean, like, in civilized society, you would ask,
Time to close,
hey,
Robert.
we have half of this sphere, you have the other half. If you give it to us, then we will let you see what's on it, or something like that.
No, we must steal the thing. We must create as much drama as possible.
Which reminds me, which just makes me think, Spira must not have a very good legal system. I mean, if there were some legal system, then you could either sue someone for, or bring a criminal complaint against them. Although, of course, that would... You would have to have had the right to the property in the first place. And in this case, I think the Gullwings could make an argument that they had the right to the property because it was just sitting around in the Xanarcan ruins and nobody had claimed it. And then they got it, so they would have, some salvage right or something like that. Anyway,
It's actually really interesting to think about, like, the explorer finds the random important artifacts in the ruins. Who actually owns the thing? Can they just take it?
unless there's...
Plot device. Plot device.
I think in real life the answer would be that unless some government has declared that basically unless somebody owns it already or like has control over that area where it was found, if neither of those things is true, then whoever finds it has the right to it.
Wait, so you go and you kill the area boss, and right behind them is the thing.
I'm full of
Is theft gone to murder, then?
What is the area boss? If the area boss is human, then that is theft and murder, yes. If the area boss is not human, then it's gaining possession by conquest or discovery.
I need this more than you.
Depending on the kind of non-human, it could also be animal abuse.
Anyway,
Why are we even talking about this?
because I'm a lawyer? I don't know.
I know, but like...
It was nuts. No.
And you steal more money from the
Double
guy.
repair service.
Yes. Well, there's been plenty of stealing going on both ends. Anyway, you really want to take out one of these guys. Wait, somebody is... Oh, he's spinning. That's why it looked like animation was freaking out.
Hand it over.
If you take care of any one of these guys, then they can't do their super combined attack thingy. So, which was that big tornado thing that pwned us like a minute ago. So it's a good idea to kill one of them, probably Logos because he has low HP.
Let me blow you a kiss.
Ormy has an attack called Huggles. I'm not sure if he's used it before. It sounds silly, but it does a lot of damage. Yeah, that auto protect accessory that I have on Pain really helps. Yeah, I prefer Protect over Shell because Shell has the unwanted side effect of making Cure Magic less effective. And we're all cursed for some reason, it looks like. Or no, maybe that's just Riku. But if you don't plan on having someone change Dresspheres, then Cursed really doesn't do much. Love Tap. I thought that was when, you know, you're not being careful when you're parking and you accidentally hit the car in front or in back of you. Blink, are you still there? Okay, just making sure.
Is there a trick to
Okay, now silence is annoying. What? Oh, Hush Grenade.
It does look like it silenced somebody.
It silenced Riku, but I took care of that problem. Ah, she has an undispellable something or other. Yeah, she cast some buff on herself, and I tried to undo it, and it did not work. White Wind, by the way, is a blue bullet ability, but since I have no means of confusing her, I can't learn it in this battle. It was so much simpler in Final Fantasy VIII when the enemies would just drop the items that you could use to learn the abilities.